During a weekday afternoon, I received a furious call from my husband. Reluctantly answering, I found he was yelling at me.
Hey, why aren't you picking up when I've been calling multiple times?
What's the rush?
Our child collapsed while out. Hurry, come to the hospital.
Huh?
Huh? No, our daughter collapsed. She still hasn't regained consciousness.
After a moment of silence, I calmly stated, I'm not going.
What?
This time it was my husband's turn to be surprised. So, I told him the truth. There's no way I'm going, because that child is. My name is Marissa Hartley, and I'm 38 years old. I work as an elementary school teacher. These past 10 years of mine have been a whirlwind, and I want to start from the beginning. I have been working as an elementary school teacher ever since I graduated from college with a degree in education. Originally, I loved children and wanted to work with them, so I thought teaching was the perfect job for me. On the other hand, being a teacher is a busy job. I work until I'm exhausted every day, getting up early in the morning to go to work. With this routine, there's no room to have a boyfriend and enjoy life. I'm approaching my 30s soon. Feeling flustered, I decided to participate in a matchmaking party. On my umpteenth attendance, I noticed a remarkably popular male participant. Women were leaving other men and flocking around him alone. At the center of that circle was Wyatt Andrews, who would later become my husband. Wyatt was 31 at the time, 2 years older than me. He works as a department manager in a well-known company owned by his parents. He had a promising future, good looks, and a tall stature. It might have been somewhat expected for such a charming guy like him to be popular. However, Wyatt surprised me by pushing through the crowd of women and coming straight to me.
You're Marissa, right? I believe you're an elementary school teacher. If possible, I'd like to talk with you privately.
I was surprised why someone as plain as me would be approached, but I gladly accepted it. Wyatt and I had some light-hearted conversation and made plans to go out for a meal together next time. After that, we went out a few more times, and he always carried himself with charm, which gradually captivated me. During one of our dates, he revealed something to me.
Actually, there's something I haven't told you yet, Marissa. I have a daughter who is almost 7 years old.
Huh?
She's from a previous relationship. Would you be open to meeting my daughter? I'm hoping we can date with the possibility of marriage in the future.
Let me think about it for a bit. At that moment, I couldn't come to a conclusion. If I married Wyatt, I would suddenly become a parent to a 7-year-old child. Could I handle something like that? After pondering for a while, I told him this. Since your daughter's opinion is important too, I'd prefer to meet her before making a decision. So, Wyatt introduced me to Serena, who had just started first grade in elementary school. At first, Serena seemed shy and didn't talk to me much.
Look, Sari, this is someone very important to Daddy. Sari, why don't you talk to her too?
Wyatt extended a helping hand like that. He affectionately called her Sari. Usually it seems Wyatt's housewife mother takes care of things, but Wyatt's feelings for Serena come across clearly. As we met several times, Serena started sharing her interests and school stories with me. After a year of going on dates, with Serena included, she quietly confided in me.
I want to call you Mom instead of Big Sister.
Her sweetness almost brought tears to my eyes. Deciding to marry Wyatt and become Serena's mother came exactly at that moment. Encouraged by Serena, I told Wyatt, I'll marry you. He welled up with tears, expressing his joy with many thank yous and embracing me. However, my parents were initially against it. Yet I was determined. I convinced my parents, saying, I'm ready. I want to be Serena's mother. Wyatt's parents were pleased with our marriage. His father, serving as a company president, nodded to me and said,
Thank you so much for marrying Wyatt, even though he has a child.
Even my mother-in-law, with a serious expression, said,
Serena is our precious granddaughter. If you become her mother, it would make me so happy. And knowing you're a schoolteacher, we can trust you. Marissa, I look forward to getting to know you better from now on.
Thus, Wyatt and I registered our marriage. He and his parents wanted me to legally adopt Serena. Afterward, we moved to a spacious apartment owned by my father-in-law and started living there as a family of 3. As time passed, Serena turned 10, entering 5th grade. As usual, Serena and I got along well. Recently, it seems like she's entered puberty, but still, she calls me Mom and goes shopping with me. She's an irresistibly cute presence. As for my husband Wyatt, he had been promoted at work to a busier position. He's hardly around on weekdays due to overtime, and he's absent for more than half of our precious weekends as well. Childcare is left entirely to me, and there's hardly any conversation between my husband and me. In the midst of all this, I was busy with motherhood and thought I should be thankful that he works diligently. Then one day, I was visiting an area I do not normally visit for home visits to students in my care. It's already evening. Serena will worry if I don't go home soon. As I was hurrying towards the station with such thoughts in my mind, I witnessed a shocking scene. Wyatt was walking arm in arm with a strange woman. I froze on the spot and couldn't move. Wyatt and the woman exchanged glances, chatting amicably as they went off somewhere. Could it be that Wyatt is cheating, despite having a wife and daughter? But it might be a misunderstanding. I agonized over the matter for a while, but eventually, in order to make things clear, I requested a background check on Wyatt by a professional investigator. And 3 weeks later, the results handed over by the investigator were damning. Wyatt was shamelessly having an affair. His claims of working overtime or on weekends were lies. He was spending time at the other woman's house. That's what the investigation report said. Even vivid photos were included.
Ma'am, you might be in for a shock, but there's something else I found out.
Saying so, the investigator showed me a photo. It was Wyatt and his affair partner walking hand in hand with a little girl about 3 years old, looking friendly. No way.
Exactly. Your husband has another child.
I was furious at that moment. He leaves Serena to me and goes off to cheat? And he even had a child with someone else? Unforgivable. I unintentionally crumpled the investigation report. Such anger overwhelmed me. When should I confront Wyatt with this truth? I can't worry Serena about this. I pondered over it, and on the 3rd day, an incident occurred. On a weekday, I received a call from Wyatt on my phone. I ignored it, but he called again and again. I reluctantly answered, and Wyatt told me in a panicked voice.
Hey, why aren't you answering even though I've called multiple times?
What's the rush?
Serena collapsed where she went out. Hurry, come to the hospital.
Huh?
Huh, no. Our daughter collapsed. She hasn't regained consciousness yet.
I remained silent for a moment before calmly responding. I'm not going.
Huh?
Now it was my husband's turn to be surprised, so I told him the truth. I'm not going anywhere, because Serena is here.
Huh?
Serena caught a cold today, so I'm taking care of her at home. She's sleeping right in front of me now.
Oh, huh?
Did you dial the wrong number? Upon hearing this, my husband fell silent for a moment and then hastily hung up the phone. In a foolish move, Wyatt had mistaken me for his affair partner and called me. Normally, there shouldn't be any mistakes with children's names, but since the name of the child with the affair partner is Sabrina, it must have caused confusion. He probably gave her a name starting with S.A. to avoid any mix-ups, even though he usually mixes up names. That's why he made such a blunder. leaving me nothing but exasperated. I sighed at Wyatt's carelessness.
Mom, is something wrong?
Seeing me awake, I smiled and said, "It's nothing." The next day, Wyatt came home late at night.
I'm home.
He behaved as usual, and I told him bluntly, "How's Sari doing?" At that moment, my husband's expression tensed up.
What? What are you talking about? Is Serena asleep? I wanted to have a conversation with my daughter after such a long time.
Don't dodge the issue, I snapped, thrusting the evidence photos from the detective agency in Wyatt's face. I already know you're cheating. The other kid's name is Sabrina, right? With Serena and I here, what exactly are you thinking? Then perhaps resigning himself, my husband let out a long sigh. And then, with a look of malice I had never seen from him before, he glared at me.
I never loved you from the start, you know? I chose you because you're a primary school teacher, perfect for taking care of Serena.
Huh?
The only ones I love are her and Sabrina. I only married you because she didn't want to raise Serena. And besides, even my parents like you.
So, that's your true nature.
Yeah, that's right. So what do you want by investigating me like this? Are you going to divorce me? Are you going to abandon Serena? If you don't like it, then continue our married life as before and be Serena's mother. Got it? Don't involve my parents.
High-handedly making such statements, I sighed and forcefully opened the door to the living room.
Huh? Mom, Dad?
Wyatt's face grew paler and paler. That's right. Actually, I had invited my parents-in-law here. Serena is currently at their house. My parents-in-law, having heard everything, were visibly furious.
No, that's not it. Mom, Dad. Shut up.
The moment my father-in-law seemed to calm down, he delivered a hefty punch to Wyatt's face. As Wyatt staggered back, my mother-in-law began slapping him repeatedly.
Ouch! Stop it. It hurts.
As Wyatt whimpered, my father-in-law spoke through gritted teeth.
This idiot son of mine. Not only did he betray you, Marissa and Serena, but he also fathered another child. Please, calm down. Isn't Sabrina also your grandchild, Mom and Dad? You've been fond of her, right? Do you think we could do that? Our only grandchild is Serena. We won't accept some unknown woman and her child as family.
Rejected by my in-laws, Wyatt looked bewildered. Then my father-in-law spoke in a calm voice.
Marissa, what do you want to do from here on?
I want a divorce.
What? Divorce? Are you serious?
As Wyatt yelled, my father-in-law delivered a powerful punch. Of course I'm serious. I'll make sure you pay dearly for your infidelity.
What about Serena? I won't take her.
Wyatt, cruelly laughing. He probably intended for me to take Serena from the start. Serena is adorable, but it's frustrating to play into his hands. Then my mother-in-law spoke up.
Serena will be taken care of by us, but in return you will sever ties with her. Huh? Cut ties?
My father-in-law chimed in.
Of course. You're fired from the company too. I never want to see your face again. Get out of here.
With that, my father-in-law kicked Wyatt out of the house. Afterward, I was apologized to repeatedly by my in-laws, and we discussed our future plans. 5 years have passed since then. Now I live with Serena. After what happened, Serena lived with my in-laws for a while. However, Serena says she did not want to leave her mother, and I also did not want to lose Serena, so with my in-laws' support, I chose to stay with Serena. My in-laws were grateful to me and paid a considerable amount of compensation. Thanks to that, we didn't have financial difficulties, and I was able to enroll Serena in a private high school. On the other hand, Wyatt divorced me afterward and paid a larger-than-usual settlement and child support for Serena. He also shouldered the expenses for his affair partner, which meant I received nearly $200,000 in damages from him. When we last met, he seemed to be making excuses.
I will uphold true love for my girlfriend and daughter. You, on the other hand, can raise a daughter who isn't even your blood relation.
I just brushed it off, and that was the last time I cut ties with Wyatt. One day, as Serena and I were shopping on our way back from school, we were approached from behind.
Hey, Marissa, found you. Is that Serena? She's grown so much.
As I turned around, there stood Wyatt, completely transformed. His once sharp features were now bloated, hair thinning out. With a puzzled expression on my face, he forcefully invited me.
Can we talk for a moment? Please?
Since it seemed like he might follow us home, I decided to take Wyatt and Serena to a nearby cafe. What's the meaning of showing up now, after all this time? To my question, Wyatt teared up as he spoke.
I actually got divorced.
I had heard that he remarried his affair partner back then, and now, after 5 years, he's divorced? Really? Why?
Listen to me. Sabrina wasn't my child. She had other men. Her face didn't even resemble mine, so I got a DNA test done and found out.
I couldn't help but almost burst out laughing. So, this was karma, huh? And so, what does that have to do with us?
Well, can we live together again? I'm Serena's father, right? Let's start over as a family, shall we? I hate being alone.
He's always a man of convenience. Just as I was about to raise my voice in anger, Serena cut in.
That's impossible, because I already have a new dad. Mom, you're so in love with your current husband, and I like him too.
Huh? Marissa, you remarried?
Wyatt looked thunderstruck when I nodded in confirmation. Then Serena added fuel to the fire.
Someone like you isn't even considered a father anymore. It's pathetic. I'll tell Grandma and Grandpa too. Don't ever show up in front of me and Mom again.
That's not fair.
Serena's firm rejection and the sight of Wyatt crestfallen relieved me. Then, with Serena in tow, we left the cafe. As we headed home, Serena and I exchanged smiles. Serena, it's surprising how easily that lie came out.
Well, I thought it would really hit him hard.
Actually, the story about me remarrying was Serena's lie. But still, it seems like Wyatt was really shocked.
Mom, can I hold your hand?
Of course! Like that, Serena and I walked home holding hands. After that, my in-laws arranged for Wyatt to never approach us again. He significantly depleted his savings by paying me alimony and Serena's child support in one lump sum. When he came to see us that time, he had already secured a job, but it seems he had hardly any money. Apparently, Wyatt lived alone in a cheap apartment while working, but his unhealthy lifestyle eventually caught up with him, leading to hospitalization due to illness. Still, not a single one of us went to see him. He's now lost everything and is battling loneliness and illness. Even so, I have no regrets. On the other hand, as for me, I'm living a peaceful life with Serena. Actually, recently I've been going on dates with a tutor Serena introduced me to from her tutoring center. He cares about me and is open to marriage. I'm also falling for him like that for the first time in a long time. I want to continue cherishing the people around me and living positively from now on.